Greetings and salutations, everybody. My name is Scott Allison, and you are hooked into my channel right now. You're on the Beyond 280 channel on YouTube, and hope everybody's doing all right. I recognize that this is kind of odd looking. It's odd looking by design. I am using I'm sitting in my living room. I'm not in my studio. I'm using just the MacBook camera, and yeah, I'm streaming right now mainly to record a video. I'm gonna maybe trim this a little bit when I'm done, but I really wanted to just put this out there, um, and just let everybody know I haven't died. I haven't dropped off the face of the earth. Uh, I haven't given up on content creation, all of that. It's been tough. It's been trying to do what I've been doing, and so what I want to do is talk to you just a little bit about. I hate to say this, but basically a reset, and it's not that the content is going to go away, but it's the delivery of the content and what that content is, how that content is kind of structured. And so what I'm doing today is I'm basically announcing that I am going to do a slight pivot, which I know is a new 6 month commitment, and that's fine. Um, uh, I've been lying to myself, and basically trying to balance two different personas with my content. So, as many of you know, people who know me personally, and a lot of people from the Creators Guild know I'm a conservative. I tend to lean a little to the right, or uh, uh, as Alex likes to say, he says, I think you probably lean a little more to the right than you actually believe, but neither here nor there. This show is really supposed to have been. It really started out as an idea of, as an interview show to reach out to Twitter users and get to know them, right? And so I have those two competing things going on here. And so I tried to do a slight pivot a couple months ago where I would basically do some of the same content, but then intersperse kind of my worldview in it, right? And it show the world my behind through my eyes. Show the world what it looks like through my eyes. It's not in black and white, by the way. I'm not a dog, uh, but it wasn't working. It wasn't working. I fully admit I'm a failure. I failed, and that's okay. It's okay to fail. It's perfectly fine to fail. You don't learn anything unless you fail. And I call myself a failure because I've only got 49 subscribers or whatever that number is now. And I don't think people are really resonating with the content because I bet it feels to them like I'm all over the place. And because it feels like that in my mind, right? And there's a couple reasons for that. One, I have a full-time job. I like to call them my corporate overlords. But I do have a full-time job, and I bust my ass at it, and I'm good at what I do. At least I think I am. My employers seem to think I am. They kept me around all these years. But so there's that, and I'm a full-time dad, right? So I've got two kids still left in the house. One who's a senior this year, he'll be graduating, and one who's just starting high school. So I've taken on a lot of responsibility by trying to add on top of it content creation, and that's fine. I see people do it all the time, but I think what I did is my eyes got too big, right? My eyes went, wow, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, I can do this, I can do that over there, and do that, and the reality is I cannot. I just can't. Excuse me. And so this pivot is really about taking what I've done already, and improving on it. So I'm going to be still using Twitter as my base. In other words, this Beyond 280 moniker is not going away. That's going to stay the same. It's still going to be timely. In other words, I'm going to be looking at trends and current topics. And I'm going to try to get interviews as well. That's not going to change either. But what is going to change is that I've thrown out all the the perceptions that I'm trying my. It's not really a perception because I was trying to stay out of the political mix, right? And so I delineated that previously. That was my last pivot. I delineated that a little bit and used this moniker called a little to the right. There's a little bit of branding that I would change in my on my overlays so that when you saw that, you knew I was gonna start talking from a conservative point of view, or at least my brand of conservatism point of view. And I don't think that was working, and I don't think I was being honest with myself or to you, to anybody who's watching. Um, so my content planning now isn't going to be so much how can I, stay away from politics when I'm talking about these timely topics on Twitter. Um, and I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to just plunge head first and just tell you what I really think. I'm going to be nice about it when I can. And I'm still going to try to interview Twitter influencers, Twitter creators, Twitter, whatever, politics they have or whatever. I don't really care. I still want to interview them. I still want to do that. And so, yeah, I'm going to do that. The second thing that's changing is I bit off way more than I can chew with trying to do a podcast. Now, the podcast was fun. I think I think it may be one of my favorite types of content now. Simply because I don't have to worry about looking at the camera or doing trying to be smile all the time and all that. I can just do it. I can screw up. I can edit it later. It's not like live streaming at all. And so I'm gonna drop the podcast as much as I hate to. I'm gonna drop it for now. It's not gonna go completely away because if I feel like I've done a good job on one of my shows, I'll probably just rip it and publish it as a podcast. So just rip the audio from a live stream or a video I do and just publish it as a podcast. I think that's probably going to be easier on my brain and on my time as well. So that's changing. The third thing is, and I think I've mentioned this in the past, I'm going to be working on more recorded content. I've got a lot of things in the pipeline. In fact, I've got about 25 videos queued up, ready to start shooting. Not 100% ready. I got like 3 videos ready to start shooting that I've done some scripting on and some general prep work. I'll be working with my cousin over at crusadermedia.net. He is a photographer and videographer, drone pilot, kind of a media renaissance guy, if you will. But I approached him about this idea of releasing a recorded video and doing it in 2 different ways. So I'm going to start releasing videos. By the way, this is still all Twitter based. I'm going to start releasing videos that are both funny and kind of Babylon Bee-esque, if you will. So a little bit of satire mixed in, and then I'm also going to do a line of videos that are a little bit more talking head. Like, this is how I feel about this particular subject, whether it be like cancel culture or one of the myriad of other things that affect Twitter in some way or fashion. And so that's how you make your channels grow. By the way, I was under the impression, and wrongly so, I think I tuned it out from other people, but recorded video is what gets you subscribers. It's not live video. The live video is not going to go away. I'm still going to do this. I just need to find a schedule that works better for me and that can allow me to get more viewers as well, because I think the time slot I've chosen, even previously, the first time slot I had, I just think they didn't work very well. I think being centrally located, I'm in Central Standard Time. It's very difficult to find that magic place, if you will. So I'm going to start streaming at night. And that's hopefully going to increase the number of viewers I have for the show. So that's coming. So those are the first 3 things. And then the other thing is I got to do some modifications to my studio. That's why I'm not streaming from my studio right now, because I'm going to start ripping it up. I'm not going to change everything, but I'm going to start ripping it up a little bit. and I'm going to add something I really, really need to add if I'm going to start streaming at night, and that is a door. So the room that I use is actually a what so I don't know if they have this all over the country, but you have like the concept of a formal living and dining. And so we have a den, which is where I am now. We have a formal dining room, which we don't ever use unless we have people over. And then we have a formal living room. And I forget the dimensions of it, but it's a nice room. It's perfect for my studio, perfect size for my studio. The only problem with it is, well, there's two problems, but the one I can really handle, I really can do something about, is that it's an open doorway. There's no door. There's not even a place to put a door. So I've got to figure out something to put in that place to so that I can record at night when everybody's home and people are watching TV or doing dishes or whatever, and I'm not, you know, impacting the videos that I'm making or the live streams that I'm doing. So yeah, so that's a challenge, and it's a pretty major one because we don't own this house, we rent. So I have to put in something temporary that can block out some of that sound. Doesn't have to be a lot because my microphone's pretty good about filtering out other sounds. Well, this microphone's not because I'm using the MacBook microphone, but the Fifine microphone or Fifine. I like the Fifine. I like that. That's the way Tom Buck says it, and I think that's probably that's the way I'm going to say it. Even if it's wrong, it's going to be Fifine. But neither here nor there. Those are the things I'm doing. So you've noticed that my content has been sporadic the last couple of weeks. We have a new puppy. We got a lot of things going on this summer. So it's been really tough. And then I'm about to buy a new car. There's just too much going on, and I'm working as well. So it's just been too much going on, and I realize that I've probably bit off more than I can chew. So I'm going to scale back a couple things. The live streams are probably going to only happen once a week, maybe twice a week if that schedule works for the night. And the podcast is going to go away unless, again, I record something that's just, wow, that was awesome. I'm going to make that into a podcast. And then finally, I'm going to start releasing. I want to try to start releasing in August, but start releasing some content, some recorded video that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. We're going to have actors. We're going to have props. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all. I'm not going to tell you the subject matter or anything like that. Again, it's all Twitter based, but you're just going to have to wait and see. So that's coming in August, and I'll probably have a premiere. I've never done a premiere. Can I even do a premiere? Do I have enough subscribers? I probably don't. But I'll try to do one anyways. And then and that's what I'm going to be working on these next couple of months. So I haven't forgotten how to make content. I haven't fallen off the edge of the earth. One other thing that I am doing, I am working with David Foster in creating some tutorial videos for the Creator Toolkit. I don't have a graphic on this layout, but if you go to creatortoolkit.com, it's a great resource to get started streaming. And there's going to be a bunch of lessons out there. There's going to be some free lessons for vMix, some free lessons for OBS. There's going to be free graphics available. So this overlay that you see here, and the first screen that I showed you, those are free graphics that you will be able to get off the Creator Toolkit, as well as some free countdown timers that our good ambassador and friend Derek, or also known as Grimskull, had been creating and been working on. So I know all that's coming, and so I've been working on Ecamm. So I'm doing some tutorials on Ecamm. I've got some of the videos partially done that I need to send off for editing, and then I'm also scripting out some new ones. And that's going to be part of the free stuff that you can just go sign up, get it involved in the Creator Toolkit, the different phases of the Creator Toolkit, it's all free. And at a later date, I'll be doing some advanced stuff as well, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. So I've got a lot of stuff going on. That's just really what I wanted to tell you about, and I hope that you will stick around. It's not a big deal if you don't. I get it. You've got other things you want to go watch that are probably more interesting. But when it's all said and done, I hope I win you back when I start releasing my videos. So thank you everybody for hanging out with me, watching the replay. There's one person hanging out on the video. I don't know who it is, but that's okay. Whoever you are, love you. But have a wonderful week. I'm going to try to stream again this week, but I don't have a time frame yet. Oh, the other thing I'm going to be working on is my website. So I'm going to get that website up and running. And yeah, so those are the things that are going on. So I have not died. And if you don't see me around a lot, streaming or whatever, it's because I'm pretty busy. So I will be in the guild more often now, though. However, I've made a commitment to myself to, make sure I'm out there on the guild and out there on the Creator Toolkit, as David Foster basically redoes a lot of the toolkit. Because I think what happened is that David came out of the gate from LSP. He came out swinging, and he did a bunch of stuff. And it got a little overwhelming. And I think what he's realizing is that he needs to pace himself a little bit better. And so he took 2 weeks off. He's doing a whole bunch of planning now. He's pivoting his show to Amazon, which is awesome, by the way. That's going to be really good for him. But the toolkit is not going anywhere. So some of that work is being revamped right now, and I'm looking forward to contributing to it. So anyhow, have a great week. And I will catch you guys the next time I'm on. Later.